is the fact that what they show on TV, it's real.
I think, to be fair, for a lot of people, I think their fear is also like the actual practicalities.
And when I say friends, two people. What NHS was back when we were younger, it's not what it was anymore. So even this healthcare, we have healthcare. No, it's not better anymore. There are people who I know came from Nigeria 4 years ago, 3 years ago, who now are living the way they've grown. If they went to the UK.
Okay, so next year marks 10 years since my sister has been in the US. So we thought we would have a quick chat about what it's like. Because I know a lot of people, if we're honest, everyone in the UK is like, I'm gonna move. So what's it actually been like? Obviously 10 years ago, you got married to Corriday.
Yes.
You moved here, you've had 2 children. What's it been like?
America is heaven. I'm joking. No, it's not. Because some people do say that I tend to try to recruit people.
You're like the top ambassador for Texas.
Come on, America! Yes, no, but I mean, I didn't move straight to America or to Texas. I lived in Maryland before. It's been quite a journey when I first moved. I think one of the things I struggled with moving is the sense of community, because you lose that. And I think that's the thing a lot of people struggle with when you want to leave your comfort zone to start elsewhere. And I think that's a conversation I had with a lot of my friends when I tried to get them to move. The thing is always, I have to start afresh. Our parents did it. A lot of our parents did it where they left Nigeria to come to England, come to America to start all over again. So there is that fear of the unknown. Of course, leaving. Because of marriage, of course, I knew that I had my husband. So it wasn't so much someone just up and leaving, you know?
Yeah.
So I kind of had that safety net. But I can't lie, the first year was hard. It was so hard to make, not make friends, because I'm quite a friendly person.
And Americans are meant to be very friendly as well.
Yeah, I'll say probably the southern, there's this thing that says southern hospitality. That's a real thing. I will say people are a lot more friendlier in Texas than they are in Maryland. Yeah, it wasn't so difficult to make friends, but there's a cultural difference. Even when it comes to, like, you know, female friendships and the way I was with my friends in the UK, and then moving here at the beginning stage as well. And also the age you move also plays a part. I was 25 when I moved. I'm 35 now. 25 going to 26.
So do you think it would have been easier if you were older or easier if you were younger?
People should put time to it. Because I always say to people, if you want to grow, you have to leave your comfort zone. Because it's going to stretch you, and that fear of the unknown is actually why you need to move. And of course, just don't just sell yourself and move without. When you're a bit older, you have a family, you have to take a risky move. You don't just up and leave. For me, like I said, it was marriage. If now in their 30s someone wants to move, I would say getting a job is probably one of the best ways to move, or marriage, because trying to work under the table where you have a great job, leaving that and starting all over again, it's not exactly smart. So it all depends on where you are in life and why you want to move. There is, one thing that I would say, of course, holding a lot of people back in the UK is this gun law in America. People feel like
they got guns, but they have guns.
No, but it's real. It's a real fear. And as someone that grew up in London, I understand it. But also, one thing I do try to tell people when they say, oh, no, I don't want to, come to America and just die, is the fact that what they show on TV, it's real. I mean, there's shootings, right? It happens. But I can tell you that the only guns I've seen being in America for 10 years are guns that friends own. And when I say friends, 2 people. One was a Navy officer.
You always have those friends that are like...
probably someone that was in the army. But I say that to say, apart from, seeing police officers carrying guns, it's not like everyone I know is just, walking around with a gun.
Yeah.
But of course, make wise decisions.
So my thing is, especially Texans, I've never seen people so proud of this place.
Oh, yeah.
I went to get simple glasses from one guy. He ended up evangelizing to me for...
The reason why you should move,
You must move. Your life is going to be better here. So I want to see if you're balanced. What do you miss about London? Because this can't be... This place can't just be the land of milk and honey.
No, it's not.
What's really better about London than America? Like, what's better?
So let me tell you one thing I used to say what's better.
What do you used to say? What do you believe that now is still better about London? Nothing.
Yeah.
We have nothing.
No, the reason why I say that, and the one thing I used to say was better about London was the healthcare system.
Okay.
But it's trash, given what we've just experienced with Mummy, our mother that worked for the NHS for 20 years. What NHS was back when we were younger, it's not what it was anymore. So even this healthcare, we have healthcare. No, it's not better anymore. In America, it is a very capitalism society. And what that means is you actually do get what you pay for.
Yeah.
So for example, if I go and say doctor, like, and I'm requesting for care, I get that. When I give birth to a child, I have a whole room to myself. I'm not sharing, they're not dividing me with
But you have to pay for that, right?
You do, but again, I have a job.
What you paid for.
Exactly, and it's not as, oh my gosh, I would rather that than having 5 of us in the ward.
Does it feel like America, if you have money and you work hard, then you'll be a winner? But it's bad for losers, as in if you're, what I mean by losers is like, in the UK we have a nice social safety net that if you fall in a really hard time or whatever, like the state will kind of step in and be like, we'll look after you.
That happens here as well. I mean, but of course, you know, America is a lot bigger as well when you're comparing.
I think your safety net has massive holes. Like if you fall through that hole,
you might really fall deep.
It's going to be a hard.
So again, not to say, when it comes to comparison, I'm not saying one place is better than the other. Based on my experience, like right now, as a 35-year-old woman, would I move back to the UK?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. And one of the reasons why I would move back, of course, you know, even my mom was trying to get out, even before, you know, life happened. But there's nothing, I say, as if, you know, there are people who love England. Like they love everything about the UK. That's absolutely fine. But the life, what I've experienced in the past 10 years and how I have grown, just even in my mindset, in how I see people, in how I see money, in how I, you know, grow business relationships, is different. I do believe, and we had this conversation in London, me and my friend, about this hole about the UK. There is a hole, like there's a box. There's a box about the UK. One thing that I would say about the UK is there are people who are super successful making, I'm not saying that. This is not a general factual statement. This is just what I have experienced or just even seen from people is like, within that box on one corner is maybe the whatever percent of the middle class, and then you have the elite, the 2% or whatever. But there's still a box.
Correct.
Because America is a lot bigger. Again, I think its size has to do with it. It's a lot big. I mean, Texas alone, the population of Texas, so you have more opportunities. There are people who I know came from Nigeria 4 years ago, 3 years ago, who now are living the way they've grown. If they went to the UK, it's gonna be hard to just come from another country and just grow like that. Also, weather plays a good part.
I can't lie, the weather here is good. That's one thing you guys have.
I'm sorry, the weather affects my mood.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I like blue sky, sunshine.
It makes me want to actually get up. So that's another reason why we don't move back. Again, whatever works for each person, but when did you last wear a nice winter jacket? You know, don't you miss wearing? I wore one today, but no, I don't miss it. I don't miss wearing gloves and then going to work.
It's nice, like layers, you know, the scarf.
My fingers are frozen. No, I don't miss that. I don't miss that.
Okay.
But again, if I want that, I can go to New York. I can go, if I want really proper, go to Chicago.
Imagine going to New York just to feel
a bit of tingle. So again, each person is different. But I just always say to people, don't let the fear of starting over stop you from what God has for you. God is in control of everything.
The grass is green wherever you water.
Facts.
Not on the other side.
Yeah, because I know the number one thing for a lot of people that I know would be that gun law, because people legit believe that people are going around.
I think, to be fair, for a lot of people, I think their fear is also like the actual practicalities of moving. Like America makes it quite difficult.
Yes.
Like if you don't have a really good job that's willing to file for you, or you don't win the lottery thing, like it's quite difficult to work out.
To actually get a proper paying job.
Illegally.
Yeah, and guess who's trying to get them out?
Okay, I want to end with this. You've been here for 10 years.
Yeah.
What's in the next 10 years for you here?
Oh, I don't know. The way my life is.
She said,
day by day.
Whatever the Lord gives me, I will take it.
Literally. It's changed my perspective.
But you feel settled now? You feel like
absolutely.
You're a proper American?
No, I'm not American. I'm still a Brit living in America.
Let's
I'm not
go.
They literally, when I got my citizenship, I remember I got my citizenship at work. And then I was just like, I'm going for my appointment. And I think they expected me to just be like, oh my goodness, thank you guys so much
for allowing me into your country.
And then my manager was like, oh, you don't seem too excited. I'm like, I am excited, but I mean,
like, I'm not we're not coming from a third world or something England. Like, we're coming from a pretty good country.
Yeah, next 10 years, just continued growth by the grace of God. Everything is really by the grace. My life is in your hands.
But I think you probably have made, you don't know this, but you do. I think you've made it so possible for a lot of people, especially that we're connected to even conceive of living in America.
Oh, yeah.
So I think probably in this next 10 years, you will see a lot of people make the jump.
Oh, yeah, no, but
and it'll be because
yeah.
they've watched that and studied, like, how did Tommy do it? Okay.
Yeah, no, but what's crazy
And
as
now they're all
well,
slowly
we
like
actually, even within where we live, we have a whole community of Brits.
Yeah.
Like one of my close friends who, I mean, I've known her since we were 16, we're like practically neighbors.
Yeah.
So there are people who are moving, but I do agree with what you're saying. Like, you know, a job, marriage, whatever is what, you want to move the legal way that doesn't add stress into your life. It just takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to do that transition and transfer over. But if you really want it, you can't make it work. And I always say, put it in God's hands. No, because people do, if you have a family, for example, you have 3 kids, you can't be like, oh, babe, we're moving. Like, I want us to move. What's the plan? You do have to plan in that sense. But yeah, I love it here. UK, yeah, no. I will move to South Africa before I move back to London.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Come and try out Texas or maybe even America.
No, go to where the Lord is sending you.
Which is America, basically. All right.
No, I'm not an ambassador.
Bye, guys. See you in the next one.
All right.